This conference will now be recorded.
Hi, hello all. Welcome to the next session on modularization techniques. And in the last few classes, we have discussed what exactly the ABAP fundamentals and select statement data dictionary and reports with classical and interactive reporting events. And last class, we have seen what exactly the modularization techniques. And it ensures the code reusability and code maintainability and code readability, guys. So reusability means if you build one function or one block, I can reuse the same functionality in many programs. Okay. So what exactly the use of the reusability is? It reduces the development efforts, right? So again and again, we need to build the same kind of code. Instead of building the same kind of code again and again, so we build in a one of the modularization technique and we reuse that code in the different programs. That's the one of the advantage of the modularization technique. And code maintainability, suppose if you want to add something, suppose if you implement the one function in 10 programs, if you want to add one field to that function, again you need to go to the 10 programs, you need to add it. Instead of that, I can build that total logic in one block. And suppose if I want to add one field to that, so I can add that into the one block, the block wherever it is used, that many places it is going to be impacted, guys. That's the code maintainability and reusability and code readability. See, yesterday we have seen in one program almost 350 lines of the code, but just I have included the code into the include programs, only 3 lines of the code you can see on the report, guys. That's an readability. Readability is more when you use the modularization techniques. So there are different kind of modularization techniques we have. One is the include program. The second one is the function modules and subroutines and macros and object oriented ABAP. So we have seen the include program. The type of the program is the include program, and we cannot directly test the include programs, guys. So only we are going to use for the reusable purpose, and we are the include programs are executed by another programs independently. We cannot test the include programs. And to call the include program, simple include and include program name. The most other thing is the we cannot have any interfacing parameters for the include programs. That means, so we have any interfacing parameters like importing, which is nothing but input, and exporting, which is nothing but output, and changing is nothing but input as well as the output. That means you pass the value and you will change the value, you will output the value. And tables parameters, which are used for the internal table purpose. So for the include programs, there is no interfacing parameters, and this is all about the include program. But if you have interfacing parameters, if you want to test independently, then we have a concept called function modules, guys. So function is nothing but one formula, guys, and the formula will be executed many times in the system. If that is the case, so if you want to build the same function in many places, I can build one function, and based on my values, it is going to give an output. Yesterday we have seen one formula, x square minus y square. Whatever the value you pass, it gives me the return value. That's in a formula which we are building inside the function. Function is in a same kind of formula which is executed multiple times. So we are going to build in a one function. So but if you want to function models, you can directly test the function model, it can directly execute the function model. And also function modules will have an interfacing parameters. You have an input parameters, we have an exporting parameters, that is output parameters, we have a changing parameters, we have an tables parameters, we have an exceptions to raise the error messages, guys. That's in a function model. But if you want to build in a function model, you must have in a function group. So function group is in a global container. You must have in a function group, and function group is in a global container for all function modules within same function group, guys. So it's in a global container, and for all the function modules within a same function group. And to build the function groups, we are going to use the transaction code SC37. Even to create in a function modules also, we are going to use an a SE37, guys. So whenever you create in a function group, it creates one master program. So the master program is SAP L and your function group name, whatever the function group you have created. And also it creates two include programs. Okay, one is the L and function group name, and top we are going to use for the data declarations, guys. So types and internal tables, data, work areas, and variables we are going to use in a top declarations. And whenever you declare in a uh, data declaration in the top, so the data declarations, the data objects we can use across all the function modules. And also, guys, we have an a UXX, so which is used to store the function modules in this include program. And so, guys, whenever you create a function group, you must activate the function group. Then you have to create a function module. Otherwise, it will give a syntax error. Next is function modules will have an interfacing parameters. Importing parameter, nothing but you pass the value to the function module. Exporting parameter is nothing but you get the value out of the function module. And changing means you can input the value, you can output the value. And tables we are going to use for the multiple records. We are going to use it for the multiple records, and exceptions to raise any error messages, and source code to write the code. And we can independently execute or test the function modules. Whatever the function modules you create, the function modules will be created in the database table TFDIR. Almost we have how many functions we have in the SAP is 5,34 functions SAP predefinedly given, guys. So just you have to make use of the existing function model. If the existing function model does not exist, you have to create your own function module, guys. This is all about the function model. And yesterday I have given one function model for the x square minus y square. Today, and also I have given the exercise to build a function module for the arithmetic operations. Did anybody do the function module for the arithmetic operations? Yes. Okay. So just again I am going to explain and the arithmetic operations function module how we can do, because it's a, so always I start the mathematics for to inject the functionality, because mathematics everybody knows, everybody is strong in the mathematics. Okay, tell me who is not strong in mathematics. Hmm? I think switch on. So tell me who is not good in mathematics. Ravi, good. Okay, okay is okay. Okay, okay is okay. We do not want expertise skills in mathematics. Just if you know the simple logical skills, okay, that is enough. So SAP user. So to build in a function group, SE37 is the transaction code. Very, very important, guys, function models. Okay, SE37, just go to the function groups and create the group. And GEDG9, it's my arithmetic operations, guys. So see, this is my arithmetic operations, arithmetic operations for batch 9, save EDG9, save it. Okay, and arithmetic operations, modularization techniques, and okay. And so guys, function group is created. And if you want to activate the function group, where you need to go? SEIT. Very good. Okay, very, very important, guys. SEIT, you can do a lot of things with the SEIT. Okay, ARIA 1 or ARIA 2. I think he is ARIA 3. So GEDG 9, and it's an ART. Okay, okay, what is, okay, it's an RT. ART. Hmm? Oh, it's not package guide, it's a function group. You have to select the function group. G at EDZ 9 ART. Okay, so now you got it. And see, guys, what I told, whenever you create in a function group and it creates two include programs, see L, the function group name ZEDG9 ART top. L ZEDG9 ART UXX, guys. And if you want to see the master program, double click on the function group and you will get in a pop-up, and here you can see the master program, and you can see the master program here, and SAPL and function group name. So this is the master program, guys. So this contains two includes. One is the top and another one is the UXX. Top we are going to use for the top declarations. We'll see today what exactly it. And UXX for the function module. See, there is no code inside this. Now I am going to create a function module for this. Guys, from here also you can create anything, guys. See, I can click on a function group and create, and you can see you can create a function module from here itself. So you can do from here itself. So you want me to create here or from SA37? Eh? So from here also you can create it. SA that function module. See, function module G underscore, okay, EDZ9 underscore. Okay, I will follow same naming convention. EDZ9 underscore addition. Addition is a functionality, guys. So addition is an one function, right? So normally how you will do, if you want to do an addition, you need to have an input parameters, right? So if you want to do an addition, I want like to 2 plus 3, right? 4 plus 5, 6 plus 7, 8 plus 9. So I need to have an numbers. So I need to have an input that. If you want to design a input for the function model, you have to use importing parameters, guys. So maybe importing, I always follow naming convention. IM underscore, guys. IM means it's an importing. EX means it's an exporting. Okay, changing CS, it's in the standards. In the real time we are going to use this kind of naming conventions, guys. IM underscore, maybe I can say it's a number one, okay, which is in a type of, what kind of type it is? It is a type of integer. And I have one more input parameter which is in a num2 and which is in a type of integer. Okay, I have two numbers. Okay, these numbers can be a dynamic. One time I will pass 3 and 4, one time I will pass 8 and 9. I will pass whatever the numbers I want. Then I go to the export. Then exporting parameter we use naming conventions x and ex underscore, maybe I can say it's a result. This is my result output of this function. And type integer plus integer always becomes an integer. Okay, does it become character? No. So that's the exporting parameters. Okay, so now we'll see basic importing and exporting, and I will go to the source code. And suppose if I input the value in the importing parameter, the value will be stored in the im underscore num1, and the second value will be stored in the im underscore num2. So we'll take the values im underscore num1, im underscore num2, will calculate the value into the output parameter. My output parameter is ex underscore result. So ex underscore result, and which is equal to the im underscore num1 plus im underscore num2. That's it. See, so we have taken the input parameter value, one value, and second value we calculated the arithmetic operation. We are storing that value in the ex underscore result, and save and activate the function model, guys. See, before in UXX you see, okay, see guys, whenever you create in a function model, before it was nothing but one include program is created for your function models. See, and activate the function model first, and activate the function model, activate the function model, edit, and what is the error? Okay, so what you need to do, guys, if you get any error in the function model, select function group and activate the function group, guys. You must activate the function group. So first I have activated. See, no errors now. No errors now, guys. Now if you want to test from here also you can test it, guys. See, it's in a function model. You can test it from SC80 as well. Oh, inactive. The function model is inactive mode, and activate the function model. Now it becomes an active, and execute. And see, guys, you have an im underscore num1, im underscore num2. Why zeros? Because it's in a type of integer. The initial value for the integer is the 0. So maybe you want 9 plus 91. I would like to calculate what is the sum of the 9 plus 91, and execute. And you see the export parameter is the output value. The value is 100, 9 plus 91. Okay, I'm not satisfied with this, and maybe I would like to debug the uh, function model, put in a breakpoint inside the function model, and execute. See, execute and value 9 of 91 and execute. And see guys, I would like to see the values in the num1. Num1, yes guys, what we inputted 9, we are getting the 9. Num2, we inputted 91, we are getting the 91. And when I execute this statement, so ex underscore result is the 0, not yet calculated. The cursor is still in this statement. Execute F5 and you see the value 100 guys. So that's the debugging of the function module. And come back. And guys, now I created one function module addition. I would like to create one more function module, create. And now our function module is edc underscore 9 underscore subtraction. Okay, this is my another function, uh, function group. Why it's asking function group? It should not ask guys. Click on here, select on the function group guys, huh? Then create. It doesn't ask for the function group. Why? Because already you selected a function group, so that's why it doesn't ask it. Yeah, it's I already by defaulted this. So z edc 9 underscore subtraction. Okay, and it's in a subtraction. Save and okay. And maybe same. You, for every function you must declare the input and output parameters. If you declare one function, you cannot get that same interface parameters for the another function. So it's an individual declaration. So I am underscore num1 and I am underscore num2 type, and type what type of it is, and it's an integer. It's an integer, and go to the exporting. It's an ex underscore result and type and integer case. That's it. And go to the source code, and my result equal to ex underscore a result, and which is equal to the im underscore num1 minus im underscore num2. Okay, this is my subtraction, and do this and activate and put the breakpoint in the subtraction and execute and execute and give the first I am giving 91 and minus 1 guys. Maybe I'm going to do the 91 minus 9 and execute. And see, num1 is 91 and num2 is 1. 91 minus 90 and it becomes a 90 guys. Okay, this is the second function. And see, whenever you create a second function, go to the uxx again. You see the now two includes case. One include for the addition function model and another include for the subtraction function model. So this uxx will contain all the function modules, whichever whatever you create it. Top will have a top declarations. Now I am going to define a top declarations case. Okay, so now my top declaration guys. So guys, till now we have seen the variables, data objects, like we have seen the variables. What exactly the variables? Single field, it holds single value, and internal tables and work areas case. So apart from this, we have a constants as well. You can declare a constants as well guys. Constant value, that means you cannot change the value. You cannot change the value guys. So for the constants, we are going to declare like this: constants. Constants is the constant is the a keyword. So constant I declare like this: gc, global constant. It's in a global declaration. I put in a global constant, and my value is maybe global constant. This is my 1000 is my value guys. And the type integer, and if I want to default in a value, I can default like this case. I created in a constant and assign a value to that. My value is 1000. My value is 1000. This is my global declaration guys. So constant is in a global declaration. So this is a global data declaration, and which will be available in all the function modules which are stored in function group. See guys, this is my global declaration. If you create a global declaration and the global declaration is available in all the function module, guys. The value will be available in all the function module. That's the beauty of the function group. Very, very important, guys. This concept is okay. This concept is very, very important. See, I'm going to use this constant, the addition. So I have an input num1 and num2. Even I would like to use gc underscore 1000 as well. What I told. So even though it is not an interfacing parameter, but I have this parameter in the global declaration. So without interfacing parameters, I can take the value from the global declaration. I can use that value inside the function module. So that is the global declaration. Now you can see the output. See, whenever you call in a function module, automatically it will execute the function group as well. In the function group, whatever you mentioned, whatever the data objects you mentioned, the memory will be allocated to that data objects, guys. So execute now. See, I'm giving 9. The value is 91. Now tell me what is the output. Tell me what is the output. 1100. Perfect. So now you can see, uh, see 1100. So execute and see, guys. Num1 I entered 9 as an input. Num2 I entered 91 as an input. But gc underscore 1000. See, I have assigned a value 1000 in the top declaration. Whenever you execute the function module, the memory will be allocated to the top declarations in the function group, guys. So now I have assigned a constant value. It's a constant, and you can see the value 1 and input 1, input 2, and the global declaration. Now 9 plus 91, 100 plus 1000 is the 1100. Now you can see the value 1100 as an output, guys. So what I told, if it is in a global declaration, the data objects will be the top declaration, whatever you put, that will be available, that you can access from all the function models. Even I can access from here also, maybe gc underscore 1000 and minus and this and this. I'm going to subtract these two values from the global declaration. See my 1000 value and I subtract these values from here and execute and execute, maybe put 9 and 91 and execute. Now what is the output? Huh? 900. That's it. X underscore result equal to 900. Okay, very simple, right? So this is the global declarations. And so see, guys, what is the difference between local declarations and global declarations? I will give an example here. Constants, very important point, very good important point this. So constants, I have a local declaration. I can say it's a local constant. Okay, local constant 500. Okay, and type integer value, it's in a 500. Okay, save. So I declared one constant inside the function module. Inside the function module means it's in a local. It's in a local. The global means it's in a global. It's in a top. Okay, the global declarations can be accessed in each function module, guys. But here I put in a constant. I declared in a constant in one function module subtraction. I would like to access the same in the addition. So maybe what I will do, I will do this plus this. Even I have a local declaration, and this plus this minus this and this, right? In the addition, I would like to access the same local LC underscore 500, which is in a declaration which is maintained in the subtraction function model. Now do the syntax check. See, guys, LC underscore 500 is unknown. That means you cannot access the local declarations from another function module to the this function module. Local means it is available locally in that function module only, guys. That's the difference between local and global declaration. Even the same concept is applicable for the variables and work areas and internal tables as well, guys. So there is a data objects and yeah, what is function model, Murali? Yeah? What is the transaction code for function model? SE37. Yeah. Okay. So this is the local declaration. The local declarations are available in the same function modules, guys. Okay. So now maybe do the syntax check and no errors found in the subtraction. Activate the subtraction and go to the addition. But addition, you cannot access the local attribute from another function model. I am going to delete this case. That's the difference between local and global declarations. So GC is a global. You declared a top declaration that can be accessed in the two function models. But I declared one local constant in the one subtraction function model, but that you cannot access from the additional function model, guys. In the same way, it applicable for the work areas, internal tables, and variables as well. If you declare in the global, you can access in every function model. If you declare in the local, that is the data object is restricted to that local object, local function module only, guys. That's the difference between uh, local and global declarations. And also, guys, and I have a name. I have a name changing parameter. Okay, so my changing parameter is okay. Now I don't do here. So maybe what I will do is, so the other things, case multiply, division, you can do it. I'm not explaining, just I've given two examples, subtraction and addition. So even this is a simple operations, and I need to I'm going to declare a changing parameter, guys. See, in subtraction I have a changing parameter. The naming convention I always follow ch underscore some number one, num1, num2, maybe it's a num3. This is my value of num3 type, and associated it's an integer. Save. So I declared a changing parameter. So what I told, changing parameter means we can input the value as well as we can change the value, guys. Come here and activate the function model. And guys, what I told, changing parameter, you can change underscore num3, which is equal to the gc underscore 1000. Okay, I'm modifying it. I'm adding the global declaration ch underscore num3. See, I'm inputting the value inside my function module. I'm changing that value, guys. ch underscore num3 plus gc underscore 1000. That means I'm adding 1000 to the input. That means what I'm doing, I'm changing the value inside the function module, guys. So activate this. So don't worry on this. Maybe put in a breakpoint, execute. So my value here is 9. This is my 91. And changing value, I'm going to give a 9, guys. So 9 or 11. I'm giving 11 as an input. I'm passing one value and execute and see, guys. So 1000 plus 11, and my value now is ch underscore num3 equal to 1011. That means if it is in a changing parameter, I can input the value. Inside that, I can change the value and I can output the value, guys. Now you can see the ch underscore num3. The original value is 11. It is showing two things, guys. You passed 11, but inside you changed the value. You have added the value as in a 1000. Now it becomes a 1011, guys. That's in a changing parameter, guys. So now what I would like to do, same change I would like to apply on the input parameters, guys. Im underscore num1, which is equal to, maybe I will do this in the addition operations. Maybe you are confusing. Subtraction you are doing in addition, right? So this operation I am going to do in the addition operations. See, it's very flexible. Wherever you want to go, you can go it, guys. Otherwise, if it is an SE37, what you need to do? The navigation is flexible in SE80. See, SE37. First, suppose if you want to do change addition and go and change. But now I would like to go to the subtraction. Again, come back. You need to go to the subtraction. But here the flexibility, you can go, you can switch wherever you want. You can switch easily, guys. That's an SE80. So it gives it is a developer friendly. I can say it's a developer friendly transaction. And wherever you want, you can go see declaration, whatever you want. Okay, you can go it, guys. That's the name, SE80. And now I go to the addition, and in the addition I'm going to do an export, sorry, changing. You need to declare, right? Changing underscore num3 and type of integer, and I have declared, and add the value in the source code, and I have the value in the source code. Even I try to change I am underscore num1, and which is equal to the gc underscore gc underscore c constant gc underscore 1000 and plus I am underscore num1. I'm trying to add the value to the input one as well as the input 2. I am underscore num2, and which is equal to the gc underscore 1000 and place I am underscore num2. So I am trying to change input parameters as well as changing parameters, and we'll see pretty printer and do the syntax check. See, guys, the field I am underscore num1 cannot be changed. That means you cannot change the importing parameter, guys. You cannot change the importing parameters. You cannot change it. But so there is an option to change the importing parameters as well. Initially, you cannot change it. So what you need to do is, so if you want to change the importing parameters as well, so here there is an option called, so the option we are, so every option we are going to explore, guys. So pass by value, and there is a two concepts, guys. So whenever you declare an importing parameter, if you don't select the checkbox, if you select the checkbox, it's a pass by value. If you don't select it, it's by pass by reference. Only you can use for the reference, but you cannot change the value. But when you select this, you can change the value inside the function module, guys. So the next concept are two concepts. One is the pass by, very important, very important, guys. Pass by reference and pass by value. Okay, in the industry no one will explain this concept, guys. Everybody uh, just function model, they will give only one function model, input import export, that's completed. But every option we are explaining here. So pass by reference and pass by value. So pass by reference means we cannot change the value inside the function module, or even this is applicable in the method interfacing parameters as well, guys. Interfacing parameters. The same concept is applicable in function model as well as in the methods also. We have a methods, guys, in the object orientation. There also it is applicable. The same concept is applicable. So we cannot change the value inside the function module or inside the method, guys. We cannot change. That's a pass by reference. Only used for the reference purpose. Only used for reference purpose. So how do you know whether it is in a pass by reference or value? So the checkbox, okay, disabled. Uh, Disabled means it's in a pass by a reference. Pass by value, yes, simple, reverse. We can change. We can change the value inside the function module or method interfacing parameters, and this you have to delete it, and parameter, and checkbox is enabled. When it is enabled, it's a pass by value, guys. Simple. Pass by reference and pass by value. Now, see, guys, here is the example. So I am underscore num1, I am underscore num2. It's an interfacing importing parameter, and I didn't enable the checkbox. Then that means this is my pass by reference. This is my pass by reference, and go inside the source code. I'm trying to change the value of the inter importing parameter. You are adding something means you are changing the value, right? So when I do the syntax check, the im underscore field cannot be changed. Now I go back to the import and I select this pass by value. Now I go to the source code and save and do the syntax check. See, guys, now it is accepting. There is no error in the im underscore num1. So there is an error in the im underscore num2. Why? Im underscore num2 is in a pass by reference. Im underscore num1 is in a pass by value. Maybe you would like to change the num2 as well. Yes, go here and pass by value and do the reference, do the syntax check. Now it is accepting, guys. See, that's the pass by reference and pass by value, guys. So now maybe do the debugging, guys, directly without putting a breakpoint. Also you can do debug the function modules, guys, directly execute and put the 9 and plus 91 and changing value is 11. And see, there is one more option, execute with the debugging directly. It works like in a slash h. Okay, execute debugging and it goes inside the function model. See, it is coming over here, guys. So without putting a breakpoint also you can run your function model with a debugging mode. So ch underscore num1 initial value is 11, and so but changing is 1000 you have added. Now initial value num1 is 9, 9 plus 1000, 1019, and I am underscore num2 91 plus 1000, it's a 1091. Now you can see 1000, 11, 91, 2000, 2100, 3100, 3109 is the output. Sorry, ch is not added. Ch is not added. 1000, 1000 plus num1. Okay, 2100, I think. 2000. Oh, sorry, 3100, guys. So my calculation is wrong. Here here this becomes 100. 1000 plus 1000, 2000, 2100. 2100 plus global one is the 1000. 3100, guys. That's an output. 3100 is the output. So that's an that's a pass by value and pass by a reference, guys. And also, guys, there is one more section, default value. So default means I can default the value, guys. So every time I am doing 991 991 I am inputting, right? So put 9 default and 91, that's it. So execute and execute. See, guys, the value inputted by default. You can provide a default values to the input parameters, guys. Then the one more thing you can see, there is an optional, guys. So tell me in English, what is optional, what is mandatory, what is optional, what is mandatory? Hmm? Optional is a choice whether you can input or don't input. What is mandatory? Compulsory. Perfect, right? So you must input the value, guys. So here also the same concept, English only. Okay, when you don't check, it's an optional, but sorry, when you don't check, it's a mandatory. You must enter the value, you must input the value. When I check it, it becomes an optional. Okay, maybe I will put the optional on the second input parameter. So one is mandatory. If you don't check, it's a mandatory, and when I check it, it becomes an optional. That means num2 value, whether you can input or don't input, no problem. But im underscore num1, it's a mandatory input parameter. You must input the value, guys. So this, activate this and execute now. See, guys, im underscore num2, which is an optional. Okay, I don't give any value. I'm not inputting anything, space. Okay, execute. Uh, it is taking. Ideally, it is taking, guys. So come back in im underscore num1. Okay, put in a space and execute, and it's taking 0 as an a 0 initially it takes an a 0 guys. So how can I explain this? Take it out. Initial value it is taking. I injected space. Actually it should ask for an a value. It should ask for an a value. If you don't input, it is taking automatically 0 guys, but it should give me the error. So what can I pass it here? Execute. Actually it should give me the error guys. Normally integer it is taking an a default value 0. And how can I give this? How can I give this? It should ask. It's in a mandatory parameter guys. Maybe I will test this somewhere. So guys, I will explain this concept again in another way. Okay, so what I am going to do is, so my question is next. I build in a function, but how do you call this function from another programs guys? See, include programs, we created the include program, we call the include program by using syntax include and program name. But the function module, how do you call it from another programs? So that's what my question. How do you call the function modules from another programs? How to call function module from external programs? External programs mean any program. Okay, so we need to go to, so now pattern, we need to go to pattern. Actually the syntax is call function and function module underscore name, and which contains the exporting, which contains the importing, which contains the changing, which contains the tables, and which contains the exceptions guys. So this is the syntax actually. Okay, you have to go to the pattern and you need to use a call function parameter guys. See, and I go to the here uh, arithmetic operations maybe. So SE38 build an a Z EDZ9 arithmetics and function module underscore call. I'm going to call in a function module, arithmetic function module call, and create the program demo for function module call. It's an executable program guys, because I need to execute the result. So save and EDZ9 and okay. And I'm going to design the input values. Okay, I am underscore parameter. I don't want to hard code guys. So input value from the program as well, from the selection screen. Okay, p underscore num1, which is an a type integer. And guys, how can you default the values in a selection screen? Huh? Yeah, initialization. And one more, someone told default guys. See, I can default the values in the initialization, not at the selection screen. Huh? And how can you put default type I, parameters type I, default, why it's not coming? P underscore num1 type I, parameters default decimals, huh? No. How can you value default guys? It should work, right? Default. Okay, we'll put, yeah, default. So my value default, I am defaulting the 9. See, like this also we can do it guys. We can do in the initialization event, as well as if it is in a parameter single value, directly I can do it in the parameters. If it is in a select options, it's not possible guys. So p underscore num2, try select options also, and default 91. So since it is in a number, I don't use the single quotes. If it is in a character, you must use in a single codes, guys. So this is my selection scheme. Pretty printer, do the syntax check and activate. See guys, now p underscore num1, p underscore num2 default. See, the value is defaulted on the selection screen. And before we have seen with the initialization event. In a initialization event, we have written a code p underscore num1 equal to 9, p underscore num2 equal to 9. Example. But here directly I can default the values to the selection screen. This is also one more option we have, guys. And maybe start off selection. And start off selection. See guys, what I need to do first function and do an addition. If you want to do an addition, what you need to do? You need to call in a function model. See, I build in a formula for the addition and call that function model and go to the pattern. And in the pattern, what is your function model? GEDG 9 underscore addition. This is the function model. See, call function. The syntax is call function. And SAP will give automatically, guys. Enter. See guys, so it gives me exporting, importing, changing. In this function model, we have only these parameters. It is giving me importing, exporting, and changing. If you have the exceptions tables also, it will give the exceptions tables as well. So guys, whenever you do this and addition, addition, change it. Yeah. So pass by value optional. Okay. So what I am going to do is now I need to give an a values. Default I can replace these values, guys. I will replace these values with the my own values, input values. That's not a problem. So you have to uncomment this code, guys. You have to uncomment. Okay. But did you see any difference? Function module and function module calling. Did you see any observations? Did you see any observation? Did you see any observation? Did you see any observation? So the importing in the function module, whenever you call, it becomes an exporting, and the exporting in the function module, and whenever you calling, it becomes an importing, guys. That's the difference. Okay, why? Because here in function you need to see in a two ways, guys. You have to see in a two ways. So in the function module point of view, this is my input values, this is my input values, this is my input value, and the value this is in a exporting is an output value. But whenever you calling, you should not look at in a function model point of view. You have to look at the program point of view, guys. Whenever you calling, you have to look at in the program point of view. In program point of view, you are exporting these values to the function model. You are exporting these values p underscore p underscore num1. You are passing these values to the function model. That means you are exporting the values to the function model p underscore num2. I'm exporting the values, and this function module will calculate. It will take as an input, and it will calculate the value, and it will return the value. From program point of view, I am importing that calculated value into the program, guys. So that's why it becomes an exporting will become importing, importing will become an exporting, guys. Simple, guys. I'm in India. Okay, function module is in America. Simple. Function module is in America. I'm in India. Okay, if you want to send your goods from India to the America, is it exporting? Is it importing? Exporting. Simple. So look at India point of view. So you are exporting these values to the America, to the function model. In America, there is a calculation, something is happened. Maybe you are exporting some raw materials to the America. So in America, there is a manufacturing. It is manufactured, and the product comes back to India. What it is? It is an importing. So the two values I am exporting, the two values are added, then you are importing the value, the addition value into the India. That is a program, guys. Simple. So now this is exporting. When you call the function model, reverse, vice versa, the exporting will become importing, importing will become an exporting, guys. Most of the people will confuse here. That's why I have given this example. Now, guys, my imported value, where I need to store my imported value, where I need to store my imported value, and if you want to store, you need to have any data objects in the program level. gv underscore result, which is an a type I. and I take that value gv underscore result, and that calculator result will be stored in the gv underscore results, and maybe gv underscore change result. Maybe if you pass some value, even that value also I can get it, guys. Maybe gv underscore change result. So change means you need to pass as well as you need to return the value 1000. So gv underscore, it's an input as well as an output, guys. Changing parameter gv underscore change underscore result. Save, pretty printer, do the syntax check and activate. See, my program is activated. Okay, if you execute, okay, you will become blind. Execute, and maybe the result what I am going to write is write. One is the addition result. My addition result is gv underscore result, and write my another one is changing parameter. This is my changing parameter result is gv underscore. This is the result in the program, guys. Change underscore result. You have used that function. See, this function, can I call in only in this program? No. Wherever you want, do any call function, guys. I can implement this program 1, program 2, program 3, program 4, program 5, 1000 reusability. And now you can see execute and give 991 defaulted values. You can change if you want, guys. Instead of 1, I can do change also. A default value, if you want to change user, it's your user option, guys. If you want to change it, yes, I can change it the defaulted value, and execute and see what is the type I have given. Oh, okay, very good. See, guys, one more very good point. So it goes to the dump. So what is the dump analysis? So how to, where to see the dump? ST22, ST22. And one more good point, guys. Some mistakes always good, guys. When you are learning, you have to do any mistakes. See, my problem is call function conflict type. Double click on the item, and why the error? Okay, why this error? So if you want to see the error, you have to go to the error analysis, guys. Double click on the error analysis. So an exception occurred. That means an error occurred, which is explained in more detail below. The exception which is assigned to a class. So there is a class cx underscore syd, illegal type was not caught, therefore caused a runtime error. The reason for the exception is the function model is incorrect. So see, the function model interface allows you to specify only the fields of particular type under ch underscore num3. The field gv underscore ch underscore result specified is in a different field type, guys. So when you don't declare field with any type, by default it is in a character type field, guys. If you don't declare a type to the any data object, it becomes in a character type field. So what you are doing here, so here I'm not before I didn't do any type, that means it's in a by default it's character. But ch underscore num3, which is the double click the function model, ch underscore num3, which is in a type of integer. If the type differs from the this I call it's in a formal parameters, and this I can call it's in a actual parameters case. See, when you pass the value, it is in a actual parameter. The technical word is when you pass the value, the parameter is here. What you are doing, you are passing in a value. Here also what you are doing, you are passing in a value. Even here also what you are doing, you are passing in a value. So this I can say this passed value, the parameter we call it's an actual parameter. And in the interfacing parameter, this parameter we call it's a formal parameter, guys. The reference parameter we call it's a formal parameter. the actual value which you are sending, that's an actual parameters case. This is also important. And we pass the value from external program, the value parameter we call actual parameter, and formal parameter, interfacing parameters like importing or exporting, changing parameters. This we call it a formal parameter, guys. So the reference parameters are a formal parameters. That's an actual parameter, and this is a formal parameter. See here, here you are passing the value from the external program. So this becomes an actual parameter. But in the function model, you have an importing parameters, this and this and this and this. Suppose if you have tables and changing, this will become a formal parameters. These are a reference parameters case. So that's an actual parameters and formal parameters. So always whenever you call in a function module, the whenever important, very very important case, whenever we call function module or method, the actual and formal parameter reference types should match, otherwise it leads to dump, guys. Very very important. Whenever you execute in a program, when it is going for dump, most of the times the actual and the formal parameters type, the reference type doesn't match, guys. So very very important. So it's a star rated point. Okay, I lot of times I see this kind of mistakes, and here also I did the same mistake. I did this with the type of C and I'm passing to the type of integer. It is giving me the error. Now I corrected to the integer, guys. Type as an integer. Now no problem, I can execute this program. I can execute this program and and execute. Now you see the 3100, 2000. Guys, I'm blank. I'm blank. What I need to do? Put on a breakpoint. And now you see, guys, the now I will go back to the debugging. Okay, debugging. Where is the debugging? So parallel debugging is parallel, guys. Okay, every day. Okay, not every day. 365 days. 365 days we are doing the debugging, guys. Debugger. And in the debugger, from the start, if you want to debug, /h, right? If you want to go to the particular point, we are going to use a static breakpoint. Means you are going to write a code inside the program. Normally I don't prefer to write this. Maybe some places where I need to write in a static breakpoint, that I will explain whenever the concept comes. But always we use the dynamic breakpoints. Wherever you want, select the breakpoint. That's it. That's a dynamic breakpoint. And whenever you do any debugging, so there is a different function keys. One is the F5, which executes line by line, or I can say statement by statement. So this is my F5, guys, and F6 and F7 and F8. So what exactly it is, we are going to see in now, guys. So now first let me debug the program, then I will come to the theory part. Okay, execute and give the values and execute. I have a breakpoint, it will stop at the breakpoint. So the program execution stops at the breakpoint, first breakpoint. Okay, so what I told you, F5 means statement by statement. So what is the statement in English? Whenever you see stop period, that is in a statement in English case. I'm not talking about ABAP. Whenever you see the period, then it's total become a statement, right? So F5 will execute statement by statement. That means it will execute enter this until the period, it will execute case. F5, see it is executed until here. The value is, I'm assigning some value to the changing parameters, 1000. Next guys, this total, is it in a statement? Is it in a single line of code? Is it in a single line of code? No guys, this is in a combination of multiple lines. Then it is this, I call it's in a block guys. So this total thing I can say it's in a block, it's not a statement, it's in a block. Okay, like paragraph is in a combination of the multiple statements. Here also it's in a block. So this is in a function can have multiple lines of the code. Here we are doing a lot of lines, right? Inside this function I have a lot of lines. So if I execute F5, what it will do, it will go inside or it will execute total function. So it doesn't execute the total function, total block guys. It will go inside this function module, it will go inside the block guys. See, I will press an F5, so execute, it go inside. See, this function module is in a group of multiple statements, right? So but F5 will work on the statement wise, so that's why it's going inside the statements. So now I can say F5, and yes, ch underscore num3, the initial value is 1000, and I added the 1000 from the global declaration. Now it becomes a 2000. Next, im underscore num1, the initial value is 9, my global declaration value is 1000, and it is calculated 1099. And im underscore num2, initial value is 91, and 1000 is my global declaration, 1091. Now the value of delete all this, num1 9, num2 2000, 2100, and it becomes a 3300. The result is 3300, but the changing value is 2000 guys. Now when I execute, yes, all the statements are executed in the block. When I press F5, what it will do, it will come outside of the function module. See, the function module is executed. If you want to execute, if you want to debug inside the function module statement by statement, you go F5 and it will go inside the function, you will do the debugging, right? So that's it. Now your values are this, and I go back here again, I do the debugging. Okay guys, I have already seen, yeah, yes, my function model is working fine. Okay, so I don't want to go inside my function model. I don't want, if I do an F5, it will go inside the function model, but I don't want to go inside the function model. I want to execute total block guys. If you want to execute the total block, if you want to execute the total block is in a group of statements, block is in a paragraph, compare with English. Okay, block is in a group of statements, block is in a group of statements. If you want to execute the group of statements, group of lines, or if you want to execute the your block, and we use the F6 case. See, F6, it doesn't go inside the function model, and the total block is executed. Now you can see the values, and 2000 and 3100. So F6, when you do the F6, it will execute the entire function model. It will come outside of the function model. It goes to the next statement case. Now my F6, and which executes entire block. Block in the sense of, here you can say function model or method or subroutine. Okay, what are all there? Subroutine, function model or macro. Okay, include. Yes, these are all the blocks I can say. Or else another executable program. Suppose if I call one program in another program, yes, it is possible. The total program I can say it's in a block guys. So if you want to execute these things inside the program, we are going to use the F6 guys. That's an F6. Okay, good. then F8, and it goes here, and again I execute the program. Okay, I go inside, and guys, I go inside the function module, and I am at line 13. Here we have only 4 lines of code, guys. Sometimes in the real time, you see in this function module, I can see, okay, 2000 lines of the code, 2000 lines of the code. But I went inside, I found the issue at the line 100. At the line 100, yes, I found an issue. Yeah, it is giving me some error in the line 100. So, are you going to do F5 for the until 2000 lines? Are you going to do the F5 for the 2000 lines? Because my issue is resolved at line 100. I need to come back from line 100 to the calling program. That means I need to go out of this block. If I want to go out of this block, if I want to go out of this block, so I use an F7. See, I'm at 13th line. You can think remaining 1900 lines are there. Just imagine there are 1900 lines inside this function module. I don't want to go inside 1900 lines. I need to come out of this function module, and F7. See guys, it comes out of the function module, guys. That's an F7. That's an F7 from the block. If it is program, it executes entire program, guys. It executes entire program. Entire program if we do not have any other breakpoint inside program. So what is the meaning? So if you do F5, if it is in a block means here function module include and a macro and object oriented method, everything is in a block. If it is in a block, it will come outside of the block. But if it is in a program, see, this is my program. Do you have any other breakpoints? No. When I put F7, it will execute, guys. It will execute. See, it will execute the program, guys. It will execute the program. That's an F7. That's an F7. Suppose I have a breakpoint here. I put a breakpoint here. F8, execute. F7, sorry, F5. If it is F5, it goes inside. And if I would like to come back from the block, F7, it comes out and it comes to the calling program. And when I do F7, normally it should go out of the program. Program also in a one block. But I have another breakpoint, right? So it doesn't go outside of the program. It goes to the next breakpoint. So breakpoint is definitely it's a speed breaker. It will stop all the program if no other breakpoint exists. Otherwise, it will stop at break. It will stop at break. Is simple. So it executes entire program, but if any breakpoint exists, it will stop, guys. That's an execute button. So again, I go back and come back and execute. Okay, I'm going to perform F8. Okay, but I have one more break. It will stop in next break and stops, and I execute it. Is there any lines of code? No, it will execute. But if I delete this breakpoint, execute, execute, I have a break. It is stopped here. And do you see any other breaks? No. F8, it executes entire program, guys. That's the F5, F6, F7, F8, and watch point. And this is the debugging. Some of the concepts in the debugging will parallelly, whenever the concept comes, I will introduce the characters in the debugger, guys. So that's the name, a debugger. And we have seen the how to call the program. And also, guys, just I would like to do a small magic. And so here, I don't want to pass the value for the im underscore num1. I am commenting this. I'm commenting this parameter. Okay, and execute the program. Execute the program. Execute it and execute it. Huh? It is the one. And guys, simple. I would like to do small change in the function model level. Trying to add uh, one more number, guys. Im underscore num3 and type of I don't give in a default value, guys, and it's in a mandatory parameter. It's in a mandatory parameter. I added one more parameter to the function model, right? And source code add this plus Im underscore num3. I added the in the addition as well. Execute and execute. So now you execute the program. Where is the program? SE38 and execute the program and execute it. It goes here. Okay. And F6 execute entire block. F6, F5 it go inside F6. See guys, it gives me the dump. Why? See the where to see the reason? Error analysis. Where to see the reason? Error analysis. Where to see the reason? Error analysis. Where to see the reason for the dump? Error analysis. An exception has occurred, which is explained. More details below. The exception, which is assigned to a class CXSY call parameter missing, was not caught. Therefore, caused a runtime error. The reason for the exception is when calling the function model addition, one of the parameters needed accordingly to the interface description was not specified. This parameter was im underscore num3. See, so im underscore num3 is a mandatory parameter. Mandatory parameter. But im underscore num1 also in a mandatory parameter. Why it's not giving me the error at im underscore num1 and why it is giving me the error at im underscore num3? Can anybody tell the reason? No, no, no. Actually, change. See the function model and tell me the reason. So now I will compare with im underscore num1 and im underscore num3. Im underscore num3 num1 is also mandatory. Im underscore num3 is also in a mandatory. Right? So when I am calling the function, even I commented the im underscore num1 as well. That means you are not passing the value commented. Even I am not passing the im underscore num3 as well because my im underscore num3 are you passing here? No. So it is giving me dump at im underscore num3. Ideally, it should give me the dump as in im underscore num1 as well. Why it's not giving me the dump at im underscore num1? Huh? Guys, you are passing, you declared in a default value for the im underscore num1. So if you pass or not, it will take the default value. See, now I will delete the default value in the function model. Execute, activate. See, activated, execute and give the value. You are giving input, but inside the function module, are you calling, are you passing that value? No, you are not passing. Even I am underscore num3 also I am not passing. Now see where it will give the dump. See guys, if there is a mandatory parameter, so it is giving me the dump. You should pass the value. If there is no default value, If the default value is exist, no problem. It will take the default value. See, the problem is at now im underscore num1, guys. See, the problem is at im underscore num1. So if you don't pass the value, if it is a mandatory parameter, it will give the dump, guys. Now, to avoid that, what you need to do, if you add any fields after some time, so this is the impact, guys. Suppose I build in a function model, I called in the some programs. Later, your requirement, your business requirement is you you need to add one more field to that function model, which is a mandatory. So what happens if other program executes? What happens? All programs goes for the dump, right? So maybe you are blank here. This is my requirement, guys. So my requirement is I build a one function model initially with some parameters. And this program, this function model, I'm working for a implementation project, sales order create. This is my function model. I'm created a function model to create a sales order. And there are 10 developers, all are working on the sales order creation process, but different functionality. Okay, this function model used by program one, programmer one, and in the program one, it's my P1. And same function model is used in the PN. And that means I have an n number of function models. Okay, from one function, one program to the another program, everybody calls this function model. I have three parameters which are mandatory input parameters. So later business comes, add new importing parameter, which is a something, some X. I added, I activated my function model. Okay, what about all these programs, 10 programs? So when I run these 10 programs, what will happen? Since it is a mandatory parameter, since existing, the people knows this new parameter, no, right? The program knows this new parameter, no. When I execute these 10 programs, it leads to a dump, guys. Okay, so if this kind of situations, as a developer, as a smart developer, what you need to do? As a smart developer, what you need to do? So whenever, guys, if any requirement to add to the existing ones, whether it is in a table, whether it is in a function model, whether it is in a method or anything, if it is an existing new one, no problem, you are going to use newly. But when you are going to change something which is developed by others, then definitely there will be an impacts in the system, guys. So that time, what you need to do? Okay, it's good, but my requirement is mandatory. I must pass the value. It's okay, good. It's an optional. There is no impact. Good thought. But so is it now my requirement goes to the next? It's a mandatory parameter. Hmm? So what I will do, I will give the same example. Control C. S. Maybe first let me try to create add this. I'll give a real example now. SE38 and change. Okay, first let me pass all the values. I know now I need to pass the values and im underscore num3 and which is in a hard coded value, guys. I'm giving a hard coded value 600. I can add. This is fine. It doesn't give any dump. See, it is in a number. No need to put this case. If it is in a type integer, don't. It's not required. But if it is in a character, you must use the single quotes. That's in a thumb rule. All text and literals should be passed as a with the literals. Now I will execute this program. I implemented exactly. Yes, it is working fine. Execute and it works fine. Okay. So even I call this function model many places. So another program. Copy this program. Where is that? And come back. Maybe copy this program. It's in a color one. Okay. Copy. Yes. Okay. And activate and copy this program. It's in a color two. This is the third program. Okay. Copy. Save. Okay. and copy this program and color 3 copy. So now we have 4 programs, guys. Like this, we have n number of programs, and this function model is called from the n number of programs, right? So assume that there is a function model, and your team lead comes, hey, add this parameter, which is a mandatory parameter. They will not explain anything, just they give us a requirement. So now tell me, as a developer, what you need to do. First, what you need to do whenever there is a change. So I can do one option, guys. So I will select this function model, and here you can see there is a button where used list, guys. So it gives me where the function model is created, is called. See, select this and do the where user list. Where this function module is used, guys. Where user list. Very important, guys. Every button is important. Every button. You know this object list. What is the object? Objects corresponds to this function model. See, this is the object list. Very important. Object list. You can see function model. You must have a function group. This is my function model. Whenever you create a function group, it creates an include programs. Every object list, dependent object list, it is giving me. In the same way, there is one more button called, sorry, go to the function model, select the function model, where is the list, and click on where use the list, and it asks my, this is my objects in ABAP, guys. So we have programs, we have classes, we have web pros, we have BSP applications, we have enhancements, we have enhancement spots, we have services, web services, we have internet services, we have packages, we have search help, we have test scripts. Okay, a lot of things we have. So where this function module is used, so some of them are selected. If you want to select only, if you want to search in which
Sir, audio is not audible.